Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris MegaCorp. So, I asked you all at the end of the last part if there's any group in particular you guys wanted me to go ahead and declare war on. Nobody responded to that question, so I'm going to go ahead and be making the decision myself. But before we go ahead and do that, I do want to go ahead and give you all a quick reminder that the channel is not a part of the YouTube partner program, so if you enjoy the content, whether it's the stream or the recorded videos, you can either support the channel via the Streamlabs donation link, which you can find in the description of all streamed videos, or you can do monthly donations via Patreon, which you can also find the link to down in the description of pretty much all of my videos. Pretty much ever since I made it, you'll have a link down there to my Patreon if you want to go ahead and become one. Like I said, channel's not a part of the YouTube partner program, so is not a part of the YouTube partner program. Tripping over myself there. So those are the only ways in which the channel gets any money to cover the cost of buying games and whatnot, because I'm not a large enough channel where I regularly get handed games. Though I do request them when it's a game that I'm interested in. And especially Paradox games, I tend to try to at least. But it doesn't always work out, so I do sometimes have to go and actually buy them. Which I'm fine with because I enjoy them anyway, but still. Obviously, getting sent the key when possible is great. But I think we're going to go and declare war on the Star Axis. Just because, you know, they got the word Axis in their name and we're playing as the Soviet Union. So, yeah.
Construction complete.
Oh, that's a little loud. Let me lower my volume, at least on my end, a little. So we are currently integrating our vassal, which this shouldn't take too long. Hide all of those because I don't need to see them. Hide that because I don't care to see it. Don't care to see that. 17 months for that, and we're looking at a long time for Mars to be terraformed. Looks like we need to stop selling as much food, although maybe it's just because the month hasn't ticked over yet. I don't think the month has ticked over. That's part of the problem. I kind of want to go ahead and kill these guys, though. Yeah, I really want to go ahead and just kill the Marauders. Don't know why the name was escaping me. Just to get them out of here. I mean, they work as a buffer because the Democratic Sarntalan Commonwealth, yeah, that's right, is not able to actually break through them. But I don't really need them to serve as a buffer state between me and them. Buffer states are generally only worthwhile when you're trying to ensure that somebody else isn't able to declare war on you.
Scientific progress attained.
In this case, my outright military power will prevent them from wanting to declare war on me. So, I don't need to rely on that. Or to rely on Marauders. Let's go ahead and... Oh wait, no, okay, those are Whirlwind missiles. For a second there, I thought we were still running around with Tier 1 missiles. Let's go ahead and get Mega Cannons, just so we have them. We never know what Colossus we're going to... Or, excuse me, not Colossus, what Endgame Crisis we're going to get. So having those might be worthwhile. We're going to go ahead and get the Kapova fleet fully upgraded. Now, yeah, we have two fleets that are over 50k, so I believe 50k was the amount of fleet power needed to trigger, well, to sort of start triggering the awakening process. But I think it's a mean time to happen once somebody has 50k, so it's not like as soon as you hit 50k fleet power, you're going to have to deal with this. Yes, we wish to extend the deal. I'm going to buy all 5, although I don't know if I actually need to buy all 5. No, I think I still need to buy all 5. I kind of got to get used to the fact that I am not running new ship classes. I can only have a personal game that I'm running, which I am using that, and just there's so many modules and buildings. And tie that in with Julie's, or however it's pronounced, Planet Modifier mod. That adds in like precursor shipyards and things like that. Oh, those systems are my favorite to build shipyards in. But that's not the case here, obviously. I don't get access to all of those fun stuff. Precursor shipyards with dry docks. And then just a bunch of regular shipyards tied in with new ship classes. You can pump out fleets like there is no tomorrow. Well, yeah, fleets. Because you can pump out ships so quickly from that one star base.
Finalized.
Let's see. Okay, you're not quite there yet. You still got a long ways to go. We're going to continue to go over our naval capacity because, whatever. Oh, we got some unemployed people here. I know just what you can do. You can get a stronghold. Also, we can upgrade the mineral processing thing because, yeah, stronghold only gives 1 job. You need specialists, and we've got a lot of mineral income. That is partly because we're buying. Let's stop buying those for a moment. Okay? And increase or up. Well, wait, can I afford that actually? Yes, okay, I can afford the volatile motes cost.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Upgrade your monument for now. You technically have a housing issue. You're not quite at -1, but you're not at 0. You're somewhere in between. I need to really get in a lot more of the synthetic resources because we're not getting lucky with our natural production of them, it seems. You have Betharian, which is okay, but it's not something I really need. Isolated Valley, no, that's a zoo. You will give me moats.
Together we will build a brighter future.
I might colonize that world. I think we had already technically taken that. But I kind of need the volatile moats. And natural production is kind of better than what we get in space. So let's go ahead and colonize this. Doesn't really matter. We'll go with the Abnon. And we'll call it Petsy. Sure. It's fine, I guess. You have an unemployed worker. Let's build a mining district, I guess. Actually, no, build a stronghold. Because we don't have one yet. Okay, and upgrading to a fortress actually does require volatile moats. I never knew that. Mostly because I don't pay attention that much. I have no idea where you're going. Okay, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to go check on my dog because he came up for whatever reason. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, let's see. Continue to build up the fleet with our alloys. You just need the corvettes. It's your main issue.
Construction finalized.
It's just you need so many of them. Okay, and we need to stop selling as much food. I don't know what we were... Oh yes, this world we were turning into an Ekmanopolis. Yes, that's what we were planning to do. Oh, relax, game. I know, subject integration. There we go. Okay, let's see. What do we do with you? Well, first I need to add a governor. There we go. Well, is this world good for anything? Is probably the first question I should be asking. And the answer to that is it's actually pretty decent for physics research. So we'll put somebody who's an intellectual there. And demolish that. And I think we'll turn this into another tech world. Well, sort of slowly over time, because it's going to take a little bit. Game kind of didn't design this world particularly well, if you ask me. Though that shouldn't be much of a surprise. The game doesn't typically do a great job of designing its worlds.
Construction finalized.
Demolish the resource silo. We are losing a ton of energy credits now all of a sudden. I'm admittedly not quite sure why.
Construction complete.
Are there any upgrades I can do to my civilian industry? Yes. Get another synthetic crystal plant.
Scientific progress attained.
Still gonna hold off on getting the synthetic workers. Let's go ahead and get the better flat cannons.
Construction finalized.
Sellers row. Try and make up a little bit. We'll try and sort out our issues here. Actually, it's probably partly because of being over our... So, one game, that's a terrible path. Oh, don't crash on me. So, game, I'm pretty sure I told you to pause while I was trying to do this. Okay, and Stellaris has decided to enter a not responding state. Let's see if it manages to recover. Okay, just close and relaunch and see if it works. Come on. Yep, sure, we'll send the report, but that doesn't really matter in this case. That's one problem that I've had in the past, although it's been a while since I've had it, when trying to move stations from one route to another. The game will sometimes just get stuck. Normally it'll just outright crash, although in this case it seems that it wasn't quite sure if it wanted to outright crash or not. So now we wait for it to finish loading up again, which will take a while. So of course it means I'm going to have to go back to the autosave at the start of that year, which means we're going to have to redo some shit, so that's fun. So now we just wait for it to ever so slowly load. Despite the fact that I do have Stellaris running on a solid state drive, it is still a little on the slow side. Okay, that was actually a little faster than I expected. And we'll try this again. And hopefully if I try to move the routes it's taking so that it doesn't go through somebody else's space, it'll be a bit better, and by that I mean it won't crash or, well, lock up and force me to tell it to crash. Of course I need to go and give the game a month because the game doesn't always seem to properly apply modifiers when you first load up and save, which is honestly an annoying issue that only ever cropped up starting in 2.2. Whether or not it's actually an issue is something I can't say for certain. But let's go ahead and spend the resources to go ahead and already start trying to improve our civilian industry.
Scientific progress attained.
Leader lifespan and get the Galactic Stock Exchange. I'm surprised we managed to roll the exact same table. Technically nothing stopping the game from rolling a completely different table. Wonderful game. I'm sitting at my cap for consumer goods, which is a surprise, I'll be honest. That almost never happens. Or, you know what, I'll just leave it be. And we'll maybe have a change of plans and we'll go to war with the consensus. That way, it doesn't fly through somebody else's territory because that territory will now be mine. Yes, I think that'll be the preferred method. Reality is, none of these stations except for Plos are really worth it. Mura is not worth it. Hiatheria is not worth it. I don't know why the AI has fortified this system with a... Is that a citadel or... just the station? I'm not actually sure. Okay, it's just a Star Fortress. So yeah, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and downgrade the stations that aren't worth it. That way we don't have the issue. That'll help to sort out the energy credit problem that we had, because yeah, being just 3 over gives a 75% increase to starbase upkeep, which, I'll be honest, in my opinion is ridiculous. Pretty sure it doesn't scale like that in the slightest for naval capacity. That puts us at plus 25% upkeep, which should help to deal with the problem a little bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see. We'll upgrade your energy grid. We will build you a Research Lab and Research Institute. And I think that'll be it for now. And yeah, I think we're going to have a change of plans and we're going to go to war with the Consensus and its allies. So let's go ahead and bring the Gapova fleet into position. And let's go ahead and get our admirals, because 2 of our fleets were lacking admirals. You'll go for the dwarves. The Zensk fleet will go for these guys. You will actually go and move for their capital.
Scientific progress attained.
Mega cannons, wonderful. Let's go and get the. Actually, I'll take planet. Actually, no, excuse me. Battleship hull points.
Construction complete.
We'll build another city district there. Build you guys a stronghold because you don't have one. And I think I did that last time, but I sort of forgot this time. Now, it's possible this war will tank our economy. Mostly, well, the end result, not necessarily the act of war.
Construction finalized.
Okay, now game, I'm going to save before I try and do this. So this world is to send its resources to Mug. You are also to send yours to Mug, although the game's not letting me for some reason. I don't know why. I think because the game still thinks you should be sending yours to here, which doesn't make any sense in the slightest. In theory, you would be sending it here. But whatever. The game wants to be weird, I'll let the game be weird, I guess. Who do I want to replace? Because I gotta replace something. Replace the energy nexus, maybe? Because see, this will only get me 2 jobs. And the energy nexus currently produces 2, but I will lose out on the plus 25% energy credits produced here, which I would kind of like to keep, if I'm going to be honest. There's nothing else that I can replace that only has 2 jobs. Anything else I replace is going to result in unemployment or an extra job, which means then I'm going to have a housing problem I'll have to deal with. No, you haven't lost anything. Yeah, Gabriel, just a crash when I tried to redo some trade routes. You know what? Screw it. We'll replace the fortress. The one person that ends up unemployed as a result of this, we'll ship them off world to somewhere else. That'll also deal with the housing problem by getting us slightly over 0, although I don't think we'll be back at 1. And I think I forgot to go ahead and tell you guys to go back and colonize this world. Yes, I did indeed forget that because I don't currently have a colony ship created in the world. Obviously is not colonized.
Construction complete.
Go ahead and get all that stuff dealt with. You have an unemployed specialist. You have a housing problem. See, you have a housing problem, but you have tons of jobs. Okay, so now we have... Okay. Do I want to go ahead and tell you to just stop growing? It will result in a decrease to stability, but you will have an increase to your emigration, which will help to grow other worlds faster. Which, I'll be honest, I'm kind of preferring the idea of. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and declare population controls on Earth. I'm going to go ahead and resettle this unemployed Nivlak to literally anywhere that has open jobs. Since the game's not actually showing me, okay, let's see. Nope, Naposno has an unemployed person. We will ship you to Gorotsk. Enjoy your stay. So now, other worlds should all be growing faster as a result of emigration, or they will when the month ticks over, I guess. Kinda wish I didn't still need this station. Actually, do I? You go out 4, which allows you to take that and that. We would miss out on that and those. Okay, I would miss out on a little bit of stuff, although I could in theory potentially downgrade you. Though because of the way Stellaris works, the downgrade button does not mean you downgrade it 1 level. It means you downgrade it to an outpost, which means you need to rebuild it up if you only wanted to take it down 1 or 2 levels. Which is honestly annoying. It's not a downgrade button then, in my opinion.
Construction finalized.
Or at least it doesn't do what I would expect a downgrade button to do.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Okay, we can actually go ahead and start selling some food again to help cover our energy credit deficit. We can actually sell a little bit more. We'll sell 170. Okay, almost all of our fleets are in position. And we just lost a scientist. Ah, okay. What you're researching will help because, okay, we're now just making a profit. And we're going to go ahead and hire you despite the fact that you're old. That is your specialty, and I want that tech as soon as possible.
Construction finalized.
Why don't you go ahead and jump over here? Now, who do I declare war on? Because preferably I want to avoid declaring war on the individual that actually has any guarantees of independence. So you're guaranteeing the independence of somebody, but nobody is guaranteeing your independence. Okay, and just to double check that, because this is Stellaris, so just got to be on the safe side. Okay. So, yes. You guys all have a defensive pact with one another. Nobody is guaranteeing the independence of any of you, so I can declare war on whichever one of you three I would prefer.
Construction complete.
Okay, our economy has sort of managed to sort itself out. Wait for you to be in position so you can pretty much jump immediately into their territory. Somebody just established a branch office on Earth. You are... Yes, a criminal syndicate, that's what I figured. What the hell? Really? Okay. Sadly, you're on the opposite side of the world for me, so I can't do anything about that. Just gonna have to hope you decide you don't care to keep the thing open on Earth. Also, just be on the safe side, we're gonna go ahead and save before I declare the war. We're gonna go ahead and declare the war on you in particular. Total war because we have a Colossus. We will not be using it. Because there really is no need to.
Commencing wealth redistribution.
Now, 1 second, I need to go ahead and get myself some more stuff to drink. Okay. Oh, come on. I don't need to know that I declared the war game. Okay, you jump to there. You jump to there. I'm gonna have you jump not directly into their capital.
Construction finalized.
Because that just seems like it's a relatively bad idea.
Enemy station engaged.
You guys actually do have decent thrusters. You could have tried to get away. I do expect losses, especially for the corvettes. Oh, and now the game decides to start waking up one of the fallen empires. Wonderful. So, it began as a subtle shift in Guzinon behavior. Scattered reports of their ships, once rarely seen outside their own space, now being spotted in remote systems all across the galaxy. Highly advanced scouting vessels visiting ancient ruined worlds, refusing all hails and fleeing when attacked. Their purpose and mission unknown until now. We now know that the Guzinoid were preparing and recovering the databanks of survey beacons and automated scouting posts left behind when they retreated to their present borders, gathering information for their return to the galactic stage. The Guzinoid space fleets in Guzinoid space, fleets are gathering, armies are being mustered, and ancient factories roar to life. For the first time in an age, the Guzinoid restorers are looking outwards, beyond their borders, and towards the galaxy at large. As their decaying shipyards are repaired and refitted, and the dormant systems of Titan foundries come online, the rest of the galaxy is left with only one question. Who will this once sleeping giant target first in their quest to reclaim age-old glory lost? Giants in the playground. I'm now the target of a subjugation casus belli. So, ooh. Well, okay, as long as I don't take that, you won't border me. And I don't think you guys actually expand your borders at all outside of war. Okay, don't know what my dog is doing. That world is actually fortified, at least a little. Same with here.
Hostile reactionaries detected.
Those guys are attempting to go and take a system of mine. I don't actually care enough to go and stop them right now. Build another generator district. And again, you guys aren't going to try and run away. I don't know what it is with the AI and not trying to run away when there's a massive fleet approaching. Flak cannons and auto cannons. Come on. There you go.
Discourse seeding in progress.
Now you can go ahead and snack their capital. That's weak enough that our army should be able to land and take it with minimal losses, preferably none.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor. Production halted.
As per usual, these worlds are going to have problems. So, declare martial law. You're not weak enough, in my opinion. You're not weak enough either.
Scientific progress attained.
Okay, well, let's take a look. What can I do to potentially improve your guys' situation? Well, one, I can basically make a bunch of you unemployed. What is with the ton of hydroponic farms? It's a little excessive, don't you think? Can also give you a governor. I will give you somebody who's good with crime.
Starbase under assault.
Starbase under assault. Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't care. Part of your problem is that you have a lot of housing problems, and that is as a result of the devastation, so I'll just sort of have to wait it out.
Construction finalized.
Continue to wait for that to get sieged down, wait for that to get sieged down. I mean, technically I could use my Colossus to speed this up. That's a weak world. Ooh. When did they get there? Especially since that is a crappy fleet. How did I not detect them? No, game. There is no way that fleet got there. I would have detected them well before the war and even after I kicked these guys out of here. So we'll go ahead, retake that, and then we'll double back. Or, well, not retake. We'll take the system and then we'll double back and
Commencing workforce liberation.
deal with the other stuff. Don't know where that fleet came from.
Production halted.
Okay. Declare martial law. Yeah, you guys were kicked up to 100% devastation, so you have no housing at all. So that's a lot of problems you're gonna have to deal with. We gotta stop selling as much food, which means less money for me, which means I have other problems now. That's almost low enough for me to be willing to assault it. You have a long wait. And who is it that's waking up? Ah, you. Oh, the fanatic xenophiles, of course. The game, I'm pretty sure, always goes with the opposite ethics whenever it exists. So, in return, the return of the Guznoid to the galactic scene has not gone unnoticed by the other fallen empires present in our galaxy. The Zumalugor, in particular, appeared most agitated at the news. It seems that these two precursors are ancient rivals, and though the reasons for the rivalry has long since faded into history, the sudden reawakening of the Guznoid restorers has inflamed old animosities and triggered a counter-reaction. The Zumalugor arbiters have roused themselves from their slumber to face their old rivals, with the whole galaxy as their battleground. What will this mean for us all? It means a war in heaven, which will not be fun to deal with, if I'm being completely honest with you. Why are you going here? Are you upgrading or something? I don't think that has shipyards, so I don't think that's the case.
Hostile reactionaries engaged.
And those guys are dealt with.
Striking at the lair of the oppressor.
Oh, are we still running around with void beams? Yes, we are.
Production halted.
That world is also surprisingly well defended. I don't know what it is with the AI and building up its worlds. I think it's mostly an issue of because it loves to put down precinct houses still. Okay. Again, we're gonna have problems here. This is the problem with conquering. Especially it's a downside of the Total War CBs is because you take it over, you immediately have to deal with the threat of rebellion on the worlds. So, declare martial law. No, I don't need those. I don't need those. Get rid of star bases that are not needed. I'm gonna go and save again because I'm gonna need to take a look at our trade routes. Okay, the game did not crash. That is somewhat of a surprise, to be honest. Don't know what happened with our consumer goods suddenly tanking. But it did, so that's now a problem I'm gonna have to deal with. Oh, is this... Oh yes, this world has long since been ready for me to actually go and invade.
Building ruined.
Now, technically this world cannot get its resources to me. Oh, I'm pretty sure it can't, because I don't think it can go through Marauder territory. And if it can, it's just going to result in the vast majority of it getting lost. There's a gateway here, which I kind of want to take. I think we've already researched the tech for opening gateways, right? Like, a long time ago. Or maybe I'm remembering wrong. It's possible I am remembering wrong. I also don't recall if it's under engineering or physics. Well, I didn't see it there, so it might be under physics. But I'm pretty sure it's an engineering tech. So I think we actually might not have it. No, we have wormhole. Oh no, we do have gateway. Wonderful. So yes, if I take over this system, it'll allow me to open up that gateway, which I think will be the first gateway opened in the galaxy. Now sadly, I don't have any gateways within my territory, or any other gateways within my territory, so it'll open it up bordering somebody else, who I may or may not actually wish to border. Yeah, holy crap, what the hell happened to Earth? God damn. Crime got out of hand fast. Oh, because they built 2 concealed drug labs and they're building a fucking 3rd. Okay, I'm gonna have to go beat the shit out of those guys as soon as the opportunity arises. In the meantime, I need to figure out something to do to get these issues dealt with. But I don't think there's anything I can really do to deal with it. One second, game. I need you to be paused, because I'm trying to figure out some shit. Okay, I've taken over worlds. Okay, you need a governor. Just give you a random person, because frankly I don't care. Okay, get rid of that. I do not care for it. Get rid of luxury housing. Did I not declare martial law here? No, I completely forgot about that. Okay, we're gonna have to go and do something to deal with the energy credit issue. Oh boy. What can I sell that I have a ton of that I don't mind getting rid of? Get rid of the Zero. There we go. I ain't using it for anything anyway.
Our research has progressed.
There we go, that'll help as well. I think we just gotta stop selling our food. I mean, granted, I guess we could have survived for a little bit, but we have a ton of food stockpiled. Okay, that sort of helped. We've got a ton of alloy income. I think I might just need to go and sell some of the alloys on the market. What are they selling for? Oh, they're selling for quite decent. We'll sell 60. I am in a war right now, yes. And because it's a total war, I take over the territory, and the AI kinda sucks at developing worlds. So, We're sort of having problems. We're taking over these very crappy, poorly developed worlds. And I'm kind of thinking I'm about to say screw it and actually use the Colossus to help me deal with this. In fact, you know what? Yeah. If the AI is going to poorly develop the worlds, we're just going to use our Colossus. Just wipe out the worlds. Screw it, and we'll recolonize the ones we care for.
Construction finalized.
I think this will allow you to maybe jump to there, to Roivios. If not, it should allow you to get to here at least, which will be good enough for me. Kind of wish I could have two Colossi, but I can't, sadly. Can you jump to there? No, that is apparently just outside of your jump range right now. Oh yes, I forgot about you. Yeah, go ahead and hit those 3 systems. Go and take that. That'll pretty much block off their ability to attack. Okay, wonderful. Can you jump to there? No, so just jump to there. Okay, we got a lot of volatile motes. Let's go and sell those. We'll sell 5 of those. Buy some more of those. Maybe sell a little bit less alloys. You go over there and just bathe at that world. And if I care enough for it, I'll recolonize it. I probably won't care enough, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. Okay, they're coming up here. Don't know why. They are far too small to do anything, but sure, if they want to come up here, I'll kill them. Okay, now go back down there as per your original orders. Ooh, that's a lot of trade value there. I like. So Earth, yeah, God, Earth has a ton. I need to kill this monopoly down here. But I have no way to get to them.
Planetary worksite established.
Wonderful, although admittedly it's actually not the perfect timing. Because that means more food and consumer goods needed for those guys.
Our research has progressed.
Wonderful, more food, that's nice. I will take the admin cap, I think. Because, yeah, we're like way over our admin cap. So, we're getting decent sized penalties as a result. And I don't really care for any of the other tech options there. How do I want to go about this? We'll hit them in this order. Who vassalized who? Somebody. Okay, you vassalized these guys, who I'm not quite sure from where they spawned. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, they're rebels, okay. Of the Aspician theocracy, okay. Now we just have to sort out the consumer goods problem, and everything will return to normal. And I think I'm just going to tell you to wait. Just wait the month. And then you can jump to there. Actually, go and take that system. And there we go, there's a gateway. Now if I'm lucky, I would prefer that repairing this gateway will open that other one that's down there. It probably won't. I wish there was something I could do to deal with the Codex excess pops. But it's not really excess pops, technically speaking.
Scientific progress attained.
I don't really care for the world cracker. I don't generally use it. Okay. Now you guys keep that. I want you to go ahead and hit these 3 systems, retake them. Where are you going? What do you have? 80 years of plus 15% trade value for 500 unity? Yeah, okay, sure. I'll definitely take that.
Station under assault.
I don't care. Well, I guess it depends on what the station is. It's this one? Yeah, don't really care. We'll loop around and deal with that later. Where are you going, though? Are you trying to take this? Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Construction finalized.
Okay, now that you're here, you can go ahead and move to bathe that planet. That will undoubtedly upset people, but I don't really care. You know what, fuck it. We're gonna go ahead and get these gateways repaired. Well, at least the ones. That are the one that is definitely secure. The one down here, we're gonna leave it be for now, because it's not really that secure. If the enemy sends even just a half decent sized fleet, they'll be able to retake that system, and then that's wasted money. Because I don't get it back. And I'm pretty sure the progress stops. And so I gotta restart it at 0. Let's go ahead and buy... let's start out with 20. And we'll sort of work our way up.
Our research has progressed.
Okay, you have 2. So that gets you to here. Yeah, you would need 2 more to get both of those. Sure, we'll go ahead and get torpedoes. No, go over here, quickly. Before they manage to escape with their Tier 1 hyperdrive. Holy crap, they are behind. Yes, so we managed to get in range.
War declared.
Oh shit. And there's our war in heaven. Yeah. So, that's a thing. So this war should end basically as soon as I unpause. Because the people I'm at war with are now a thrall under one of the awakened empires. Well, one of them is. The one that I actually declared the war on. The other 2 are signatories under the other awakened empire. I don't know how they decided which one to join, because it definitely was not as a result of who they're closest to in terms of distance. I think the game just sort of rolled the dice and said, okay, you got an even number, so you join this group, you got an odd number, so you join the other group. We are not going... Don't want to go ahead and be ballsy and say they'll both fall to our might. I kind of feel like I want to do that. That seems like something we would do. But... Yeah, okay, 1 second. Okay, so ever since the awakening of the Guznoid and their ancient Zoomliger rivals, the 2 giants have been at odds, skirmishing and jockeying for influence, probing each other's might. This resulted in a series of increasingly terse confrontations, finally erupting in an open battle between the Guznoid fleet and their Zoomliger counterparts in a remote system, The conflict has now escalated into full-blown war between the Guzanoid Restorers and Zumliger Arbiters. Each side has sent a representative to the younger races, promising great rewards for those who join them in their war and terrible punishments for those who choose to stand against them. Choosing either side of this conflict will mean giving up our independence, but remaining neutral may be even more dangerous unless we can find other neutral empires to stand by our side. They will both fall to our might. Yes, definitely. Okay, and now, game, you did poof all my fleets out of existence back home. God damn it, game, why would you do that? Oh, except for this one. Because somehow that made sense. So somebody is trying to form the League. Now, just a couple things to note. All the people that are not some shade of blue are not under either of the Awakened Empires. So, the Pith, the Iran, the Paxar, both of them, technically speaking, the Brucian, sure, that's how we'll say it. The Vavoran Sovereign Sons and the Fatahid Alliance are all independent, plus us, of course. Is that enough people, realistically speaking? I think if I join, yes, but then that means I'm in a federation. I don't know if I really want to be in a federation. Although I do also border vassals, well, effectively vassals, of both of the Awakened Empires. So there's a decent chance they would potentially want to declare war on me. And I don't think I'm quite at that level where I can fight either of them. No, both of them have overwhelming fleet power. So not all the younger races chose to join with either side in the war raging between the precursor empires. Some, like ourselves, remain neutral, but are facing the prospect of facing the precursor menace alone if the war should come their way. We have been contacted by representatives from other empires about the idea of creating a league of non-aligned powers with the explicit goal of opposing both sides in the war. Due to our military might and influence, we have been asked to join this league. Accepting would almost certainly mean war with the precursor empires, but at least we would have allies to stand by our side instead of facing them alone. Now, I think I'm strong enough that I would be the leader. Yes, I should definitely be the leader. The Pith are way down there compared to me. Do I want to join? Though, that's the question. Because I am guaranteed to be dragged into the war in heaven if I join. While if I don't, there's the potential that I could swoop in and just sort of pick people off as they become weakened. But the League probably needs my military if they want to have any real fighting chance. Oh, we're not going to join. We're going to try and pick people off. If they are weak enough. What do you got? No, not interested. This gives us time to try and sort out our economy, which is very much in need of sorting out. I'm going to get the game up to fast, and we're going to sort of try and observe this. So, did the League actually form or no? The answer to that appears to be no. So, yeah, okay, so the so we're going to be left with just 2 federations and then a bunch of independents and then the awakened empires and their respective underlings. So there are technically 3 independent nations still alive. Well, 3 wholly independent. It's probably the better way to describe this. Us, the Brucian Star Corp, and the Poxar Trade Association. The green ones, not the other dudes. We're the only 3 completely independent factions that exist. I will open my borders to you to improve relations a little bit. Because push come to shove, you're the only one who has any reasonable chance of potentially being an ally I could utilize. Which is depressing because you're actually shit.
Construction complete.
But yes, so we are left with nothing. Annoyingly, I can't deal with these guys now. Well, I could declare war on them, but then I have to fight the Arbiters, which is annoying. Oh. Okay, somebody left the Prosperous Union and proceeded to join the Star... Okay, looks like the Star Axis is going to be the League. Okay, so now the only independent powers are me and the Brucian Star Corp. Which may or may not last very long. The Brucians might join. Yep, they proceeded to join. So I am now the only independent power. Now if I join, which might be a little hard because, you know, the whole threat thing. Yeah. I could probably find somebody who'd be willing to help me. I'm kind of thinking the Poxar are probably my best bet. Yeah, they look to be the only ones who reasonably like me. The thing is, I don't think I can declare rivals on anybody now, except for the Star League people. I think they're the only people that I could potentially declare as rivals, so I'm really going to be hurting now for influence.
Scientific progress.
Ooh, somebody left. Why? Ah, the Irene left. Why'd you leave? I don't know. We could technically form our own little federation. I'm not going to. Oh, god damn it. They have that system still. I didn't manage. I should have probably just taken that system. But I wasn't expecting the war in heaven to kick off that quickly. Waiting for my fleets to get back home, and it's taken forever. Okay, we'll buy some more consumer goods because we still haven't quite sorted out our problems. Build some more civilian industry here. Yes, the volatile motes must flow, or so I would say, but I actually don't really need as many as you are selling, so I will decrease it down to, I assume I was buying all 5, so we'll go to 3. I think that'll be fine. Okay, you need housing. You need housing. You really need housing. Okay, you're still suffering from devastation, so we can sort of ignore you and your complaints about housing. Get rid of that because I don't care for it. Yes, this will leave some unemployed pops, but we'll sort it all out. We always do. So we're starting to go down the list now. Okay. So you need people. I will give you a fortress. Actually, I will not. I will give you Hypercom's form. And I will build a mining district. You need housing. You have an unemployed worker. I will give you an agricultural district instead. So maybe we can get back to selling food. I will upgrade your civilian industry. You have you have some unemployed workers. I will give you another research lab. And in fact, a lot of your guys' stuff can actually be repaired. Okay, I say a lot. Some of your stuff can be repaired. I will upgrade your mineral purification plant. Which world is this? Okay, that's that world. I will give you guys an agricultural district. You have an unemployed worker, I will give you a mining district. You need housing, which I've already built a city district. You need food, so I will give you, or I will repair your food processing center. You also need housing, or you will in a little bit, so I'll give you another mining district. You have a lot of unemployed workers. I don't know what I was planning this world to be, if anything. Oh, I'm thinking it was probably planning to be a mix between mining and generator districts, sort of a jack-of-all-trades, master of none kind of thing. Because it really doesn't have any specialty going for it. You have an unemployed worker pop. I will give you another mining district, sure. if you were the world, I was going to turn into a Ecumenopolis. So I'll give you a commercial zone because it'll keep you occupied for a while. You need specialists. But I give you another research lab. Sure. You need housing. Kick that up to the top. You have a lot of unemployed people from various stratas. But it's kind of difficult for me to figure out exactly what I need to give you. Especially because some of your people were probably kicked out when... Yes, some of your people were kicked out of their positions when my people came to town. So I can't really resolve those problems. So we'll just sort of wait them out. Okay, send the Zensk fleet back home. You're supposed to follow the Zensk fleet. Okay, I'm gonna need to tell you to jump. I'm also actually going to send our Colossus back home because I know it's gonna be safe there. Well, safe-ish there. Okay, Mars has been terraformed. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and colonize it with humans. And it will not be called Sol Prime. Mars is Mars.
War declared.
So the League has now declared war on both of the Awakened Empires. I don't think that's going to work out well for them. They are all substantially weaker than me. Like I said, they pretty much needed my military.
Complete.
And I don't think that was an exaggeration at all. I honestly think they needed my military. But I am not giving it to them.
Construction finalized. Construction complete.
Now, yeah, I can't tell any of these guys to basically piss off. Now, I do expect the endgame crisis to pop up at some point during the War in Heaven. They tend to happen at the same time, in my experience. Obviously, there's no requirement that they happen at the same time. It's just...
Construction complete.
all the Stellaris games I've played, they tend to happen at the same time. Do I want to go ahead and open the L-Gate cluster? I probably do.
Construction finalized.
Potentially get access to some really nice stuff that might allow me to use it against the Awakened Empires. And push come to shove, it'll open up a way for me to attack other people. Now, I will actually be nice. I'm gonna go ahead and I think open my borders to the entirety of the Star League. Or, no, excuse me, not the Star League, the League. This way, if they need to get through my space to go and attack the Awakened Empires, they can. I will not stop them. Although I don't think they need to, generally speaking.
Construction complete.
Oh, okay. Oh, for a second there I thought their colors changed, but it was just the hyperlanes changing to blue since they opened their borders. Wow, god damn pirates. Why are there pirates there? I don't have anything that goes through there. No, screw it. The pirates are gonna have that damn system. It's not mine.
Construction finalized. Construction finalized.
Well, I mean, technically it is, but I don't care for it.
Construction finalized. Construction finalized.
Okay, there we go. Now, let's pause game, because now I have a lot of food. Now we can sort of try and sort all this stuff out. We can stop selling this row. We do still need to buy more consumer goods.
Construction complete. Construction finalized.
How much does it cost to open the L cluster? Oh, it's free actually. I just need to send a science ship. Don't want to put my fleets there. I probably should. Let's wait for them all to get home and be repaired, though.
Proceeding in progress.
Okay, you're ready, so you go up there. You're also ready, so you go there. I think 50 some odd K is enough to deal with the gray goo, if that is what we end up getting. Just something quick to research. We're gonna hold off on these scents. There we go, gateway reactivated. And it opens up another gateway somewhere. Ooh, in the Sovereign's Eye Coalition, because that's what I figured it was gonna do. Ah, boy. Well, can you somehow manage to get your stuff to Seoul? Well, apparently you can.
Construction complete.
So, sure, I'll just kind of ignore it and I'll let you get it there somehow. That is a long-ass route. I don't even know if you're actually getting any. No, due to piracy, you're losing it, apparently. Oh, and you just lost it. That route just disappeared. Let's buy a little bit extra. Oh yes, I need to send a science ship over there. I think you're technically closer. So go and explore that wormhole. Tell me where it leads, and hopefully it's not somewhere that's going to result in me getting killed. So we sort of sorted out the economy. It's mostly just because we have a lot of money we can throw at the problem. You know what? No, upgrade that. Screw it. Okay, you are done. Wonderful. I'm going to send you to that system, because then you can sort of reinforce either L-gate relatively quickly. Yes, we're going to extend our deal. I'm going to send you over there, but I do not want you to actually do the special project.
Construction finalized. Together we will build a brighter future.
Okay, auto cannons, don't care. It was just something quick to research to get it out of the pool. Okay, we'll go for the Ripper auto cannons because again, it's just something quick to research to get out of the pool. Oh, the Pith actually have a decent fleet, but I assume that's the Federation fleet. Yes, it is. And it's... I mean, it ain't terrible, tech-wise. So at least got tier 3 shields and tier 2 armor. Tier 3 lasers. And hyperdrive 3. But it's still not the greatest. That's actually kind of shit tech. And if I was playing as an empire that was actually willing to work with others to accomplish or to deal with a galactic threat, I would probably actually go ahead and create a research agreement with each of the members, or at least with the bigger members. But I'm not playing as that kind of empire.
Construction complete.
So they can share tech with each other all they want. I will not be sharing my tech with them. And they just sort of have to deal with the problem themselves until I decide to get involved. Which, at least for me, that's a... once... Okay, game, seriously, you can stop spamming with all the freaking research agreement proposals between people. I don't care.
Construction finalized.
But at least for me, that'll be once the awakened empires are in a preferably at least somewhat weakened state.
Construction complete.
I do not know how long that'll take, though. I don't even know where you're going. Oh, you're turning around. Of course you are. Where the hell are you trying to go to? I don't know. Though it should be noted, you do border the Arbiters. I would deal with the Arbiters first if I was you. Because you border them. And on the other side is Thrall of the Restorers, who, at least in theory, will potentially push the south.
Scientific progress attained.
Wonderful. Let's go for energy weapon attack speed. Okay, we can buy a little bit less consumer goods now. An urgent missive from Earth explains that a number of now former members of the Vengrol seek political asylum on the planet. The local administration has seen fit to pass the decision of what to do with them up the chain of command. All may contribute to the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Wonderful. You said Vengrol. Who are the Vengrol? Oh, those guys. Yes, the people that we had half-human babies with, apparently. Yeah, so that's our galaxy. It's not the greatest, actually.
Our research has progressed.
It's got some serious border gore going on. Yes to the army damage. Again, what's the quickest thing to research? Improved strike craft, because I don't care for any of these other things. But what about defense platform damage? They do, like, fuck all already anyway, so... Oh, if you got to tell your army to follow you. Wormhole explored. Where does it go? Tell me now. It leads into the hegemony. if the war in heaven hadn't kicked off, I could go to war with the hegemony, take just the systems I need to get her out to the monopoly, and then I could declare war on the monopoly and kick them out of Earth and deal with the crime problem on Earth that way. But sadly, because the war in heaven's kicked off, that will result in me needing to fight an awakened empire that I am not in a position to fight. We can sell a little bit extra food. We'll kick it up to 150. I mean, food is worth like nothing in terms of its value. I sort of gave up on actually building all the defensive platforms around these things. So let's just sort of hope that we don't get the gray goo. Because it's both good and bad. Part of the bad is the fact that I have 2 L gates within my territories right next to each other. Ooh. Oh, and the Sovereign Zai Coalition also... Ooh, they actually have 3 that are in relatively close proximity. That is terrible luck for them. You guys have 3 in relatively close proximity. Wow. The game really put these L gates relatively close to each other. In fact, I don't think there's... Okay, so all the L gates for this galaxy are in the north and in the east. There are none in the south. Okay, there's sort of one. It's still technically in the east, but sort of southeast, but whatever. There's one down south. But the vast majority are to the north and to the east. Ooh. Well, that would wreak havoc if we get the Great Goo in the Sovereign Zai Coalition and the Democratic Sontalan Commonwealth, so long as I can manage to prevent them from breaking out around my systems, which might be hard because I didn't bother actually fortifying them, because, you know, it's expensive and time consuming, and I just sort of gave up on it partway through. Mostly because defensive platforms are pretty much worthless anyway. About the only system that I've ever really used defensive platforms in and had them be successful was in Terminal Egress, the other side of the L gate. The system that all the L gates lead to. It's about the only system where it's actually been useful. Don't know how useful it actually is in a vanilla game, because that was in a
scientific progress attained.
That was in a pretty heavily modded game with new ship classes and a number of other mods also. Let's get the advanced strike craft. I don't plan to use them. Yes. Enable communications. Do not be alarmed. I am Baldor. What's that? 43? A sentient AI operating on behalf of the Levosian Endangered Xenopreservation Giant, or Grant. I don't know why I read that as Giant. You of all your galactic peers have been selected for uplifting. So far we have uplifted lesser species with a success of... I assume that's obviously supposed to be a success rate, but, you know, it's supposed to be a glitching AI. Okay. But we are already a sapient spacefaring nation. You are within the early stages of sapient development, and your technological advancement has already stagnated. This puts you at risk of imminent regression. Let us open your failing to read species class sensory organ to the wonders of the universe. What exactly would a so-called uplifting entail? I think you get this if you are the most technologically advanced normal empire at the enigmatic cache visits, though I could be wrong. I don't exactly know how the event chain works fully. This is only the second time that I've had it. Well, at least the second time that I can recall it happening. I might have had it before. Long-range data transfer and cognitive stimulation through hypnopedia. It is a highly efficient, well-tried, largely pain-free process that allows me to exercise your population's intellectual facilities in their sleep. I am required to inform you that the side effect of heightened cognitive abilities in organics may include, but are not limited to, disillusionment, acid reflux, and bottomless despair. In certain failure to read species class, it may also cause severe failing to read species class side effect. Okay. No offense, but you seem a little broken. Yeah, it's a little broken. Who are you? Baldor 43. Yep, just telling us the same thing. Okay. We're gonna trust the broken AI. We are ready to ascend.
Sith log updated.
You will not regret it, failing to read species name. Oh boy, I think we're gonna regret this decision. So I need a science ship. There's not a time limit on that? Wonderful. It can wait until we've opened the L gates and let all hell loose. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Just to be on the safe side. Because it's spawning a new region of the map, and that tends to cause the game to lag, and that has the potential to cause the game to crash. So, go ahead and research the project. It'll take you 180 days. We have the Kapova fleet standing by, ready to provide support in the event that the Grey Goo spawns. I don't know if they would, if it is the Grey Goo, if they would spawn out of that one gate first, or if they'll spawn out of all of them. Because my project is on that one, but they all open at the same time, I'm pretty sure. Kick back on the buying of consumer goods, because we don't need to buy as many. I am actually going to drop and encourage planetary growth on you. $100 more days. How do you feel about you being in charge of that? And actually, why don't you just jump to Sol? Save yourself the time. The guy that was doing assist research over Earth will just go to Akmal. And another save.
Planetary worksite established.
Wonderful. If only you could deal with the crime problem on Earth, but you're just not good enough. Though you are getting better, so eventually you'll be good enough. We are approaching the 2-hour mark, which is normally when I end this, so we'll see what happens here with the L cluster. What are you doing? Okay, you spawned here, but apparently you were not meant to go for my stuff or something, because you're way the hell over here now.
Special inquiry concluded.
Link established. Success! Our technicians managed to abort the maintenance cycle, and the lockdown has been removed from the L gate in Aka's vortex system for the first time in eons. The L cluster can now be accessed from our galaxy. A great day, they say, before everything goes to shit. Okay. Well, Stanislav, which is kind of a funny name because It almost reads as Stan is Slav. But either way, Stanislav, go ahead and tell us what's on the other side. Eerie silence. Upon entering the terminal egress system in the L cluster, it is immediately apparent that some kind of titanic struggle occurred long ago on this side of the L gate. Some planets may have once supported life, some planets that may have once supported life have been shattered beyond recognition, while others are covered in a fine dust that, from a cursory scan, appears to be ancient deactivated nanomachines. This raises the question of whether the L gates have been locked down to keep something out, or to keep something in. What happened here?
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
No. Survey the system. I don't think I can actually use my fleet to do this. Can I use my combat fleets to go to these other systems and scout them out? No. I guess the L cluster plays by special rules, and you do not get any intel just because you have sensors. Yes, I'll extend the deal. I'll just buy all 5. Thank you. Go home. Okay, guys. Turns out there may be nothing to see here. Everybody go home. Enigmatic dreams. The enigmatic cache's wheels whir with an unprecedented fervor as strange patterns of light morph along its sides, cogs and gears humming agitatedly. It sounds as if it could break any minute. Meanwhile, our people stir restlessly in their slumber, heads resonating with the cache's rhythmical drone, their night sleep interrupted by visions of technological wonders and complex calculations. Though they appear to be in good health, aside from the occasional bleeding from eyes and ears, their daytime production is affected by their normal fatigue. Or is affected by their growing fatigue. In the pursuit of knowledge, no price is too high. So Earth now has fatigued pops. Well, presumably is supposed to be some sort of modifier. Yeah, fatigue decreases stuff, which of course means now I'm losing a lot more. We'll kick that up to 100 and just kind of hope it's enough to last us until these issues sort of go away. I also constantly am forgetting to go and remember my other worlds. I have planets other than Earth, but their sole purpose is to support Earth. Let's be real here. Oh, Jesus, you have a lot of unemployed worker pops. Ooh, and you have a lot of unemployed specialists. Also, I think I see where a lot of my alloys are potentially coming from. You don't have any devastation, you just have serious housing problems. I'm going to build you 2 city districts, because I need to build you 2. Don't know why you have the ceased robot assembly thing here, considering you don't even have a robot assembly plant. And I don't think you ever did. Don't know what the deal is, game. You're a little bit weird. There's no reason to pass a law or a decision to cease robot assembly when you don't have assembly plants. How's the war going down over here? 1 second. Well, it seems to be going successful against the Arbiters. You guys are the attackers, I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, no, excuse me, I'm reading that wrong. I forgot. A larger number is actually bad, so technically you're actually doing poorly against the Arbiters. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and send a team of engineers, but first let's read this. After a long period of undisturbed, uneventful hypnopedia, Baldur 43 appears to have entered a frenzied state, wheels spinning at a furious rate, projecting rapid strings of absurdist nightmares to those who dare rest their eyes. While many are reluctant to go to sleep at all, an unfortunate few appear to have become trapped in a vegetable state from which they are unable to wake up. Our engineer suggests the entity, which was badly damaged from the start, may be deteriorating. If left unattended, our ascension may not go as planned. Send a team of engineers.
Situation log updated.
Which requires a construction ship. And I somehow don't have a construction ship in orbit of Earth. Well, you're close enough. Come on, hurry it up. Now go down there. So far, so good. Oh, I should probably send a construction ship over there as well. Let me tell you to jump there since it's a little bit faster. I assume those L gates will eventually open on their own. I've never actually been the first one to open the L gate. Or the L cluster, excuse me, so I actually don't know exactly how it works. Wonderful, go ahead and upgrade that. Our construction ship is working on Baldur. I don't recall if working on Baldur, though, still gives you a chance of a bad ascension. Or, well, uplifting. Because there are two tiers. Partial uplift and uplift. Obviously uplift being the better of the two. Partial, I think, gives you like half the stats. Or maybe it only gives you one of the stats, because I think you get a couple of modifiers. Either way, we shall see. We don't appear to have any evident pirate problems along our trade routes. At least I'm not seeing them.
Finalized.
So either I'm blind or they don't exist. More unemployed workers. I will give you a galactic stock exchange. Sure, why not? You got a lot of trade value you're actually producing, so why not? Yeah, come on, middle mouse button, work, damn it.
Concluded.
Okay, our engineers have stabilized Baldur 43. The uplifting process is back on track, and our people have, somewhat reluctantly, returned to their regular sleeping patterns. The Hypnopedia is already showing promising results, with our citizens taking an increased interest in science. Excellent. which does not actually give us a modifier. I should note that. Also, how do you tell if a pop became a vegetable? Oh, you became a vegetable, and that is a permanent. Ooh. Well, it's a good thing you guys are working enforcer jobs, because those don't produce any real resources. Beyond a tiny amount of unity. I don't think any land has actually changed hands yet in this war. Though I could be wrong. There's no real good way for me to check that.
Construction finalized.
Well, at least I don't know of any good way to check that. I don't think there's any upgrades I can do. That would be correct. There are no upgrades I can do. Looks like we need to buy some more rare crystals. I am
Our
actually...
research has progressed.
Well, maybe not. Because you don't even have the people for it. Technically, World Cracker is the fastest research here. Alongside Synths, although again we're going to hold off on the whole Synths thing. But we're going to go for Giga Cannons, because those are actually potentially useful. The main reason we're holding off on Synths is because, just like with droids, they're going to result in a pretty significant shift in what they can do, which is potentially going to cause problems if I'm not prepared for it. And I don't think right now we're quite prepared for the economic shift that synthetics are going to have on our economy. Because they can work, I'm pretty sure it's all specialist, all worker. I think they can also work ruler if you give them the rights for that, which I think requires full citizen rights. But I could be remembering incorrectly.
Construction complete.
Now, I don't know if you guys just had this tech and you weren't using it because the AI sucks at upgrading its fleets, or if you like magically got this as a result of becoming a puppet to one of the fallen empires, or excuse me, awakened empires. I'm actually not sure. I think they actually had the tech, they just weren't using it because the AI just sucks at upgrading. I don't know why. The idea of upgrading your fleets is like a foreign concept to the game. Oh, wonderful. Go ahead and build our outpost. No. Whoops, I meant to tell you to auto-explore up here. Okay, and that is the pith. Obviously, they're able to be here. I don't... one man's trash is another man's treasure. It requires a construction ship, and I don't have a freaking construction ship in the area. I think I need to build a some more construction ships. Damn it, okay, there we go. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna build some more construction ships. Because I seem to, like, just not have enough. How many do I have? Probably a good question. I have 2. Yes, that would explain why I don't seem to ever have enough. Because I legitimately don't have enough. Well, it seems we got the there's nothing here version of the L cluster, which is kind of okay. And also kind of annoying. But again, I could be wrong. I've never opened it. So it's possible that the Grey Goo will be activated once I send a ship into wherever their home base is, which I'm pretty sure is this Trinary star, or Trinary system. Yes, okay, yeah. So they definitely have it set up that sensors are non-existent in the L cluster, which is actually kind of annoying. Oh, unpause.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Oh, what are you doing, game? You'll color that in eventually. Probably once I build some more outposts. I don't know why you seem to have a hard time building.
Special inquiry concluded.
Yes, and we got full uplifted. The final night of Hypnopedia has come to an end, and a new day dawns for the citizens of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, who are just now opening their eyes to a very different world. A world of possibility and pain. Who knew the universe was such a drab and dreary place, devoid of all meaning and purpose? Though it may be a while before the population adjusts to the many tribulations of having an above-average intelligence, overall the project can be considered a success. Our initial readings indicate that we have developed an enhanced capability for learning and scientific research. So for, what's that, about 10 years, we are going to suffer from a minus 10% to happiness, because ignorance is bliss. But that gives us access to Uplifted, which seems to have affected, I think, any pop that was living on Earth. Do we have those guys on Earth? You got me curious, games, because these guys are listed as Uplifted. Oh no, those are not the same type as of Uplifted. Pardon me. This is the Uplifted. Ours that actually gives us stuff. So the game for free removed slow learners from us. Because I guess technically you can't have uplifted and slow learners because it cancels out the leadership bonus. So yeah. Game said, yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of that negative trait for free, and voila, I got rid of it for us. So now we have 242 humans with uplifted, which gives us a plus 10% to research output and a plus 25% to leader experience gain. And leaders from this species have additional traits and bonuses, which I assume we won't actually get until we recruit new leaders.
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
Who are you and where did you come from? Oh my god. The Awakened Empire is at rebellion. And it is legitimately the Awakened Empire. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Now you have no fleet, because you're a fresh rebellion. You have no economy, because you have a single planet with 3 pops. Oof, wow. But you have tech. And if I could improve the relations enough, I might get you to be able to share some of that nice, beautiful, fallen/awakened empire technology, which could help me. So I don't normally accept non-aggression pacts, but this is an instance in which I will. Especially in hopes that they do not get attacked and they live long enough. Now we can stop buying as much of the consumer goods, because we're no longer suffering from fatigue. No, game, I want you to remove that as a priority, thank you. Yeah, so now we just have a decrease to happiness, which is also not exactly a great trait to have to deal with right now, but it's fine. We now have the extra research, which is great. It's exactly what we needed. So we're producing a total of 5K. So we have almost 2K society, 1600 engineering, 1800 physics. No, you are not getting a defensive pact. You're going to need to figure out a way to survive on your own. Because the most I will give you...
Anomalous readings detected.
Yeah, sure, go ahead and check it out. Yeah, because the most I will give you is a non-aggression pact.
Discourse anticipated.
No, I don't do commercial packs. Although admittedly, for them it actually would probably be useful. But I'm still going to tell them no. And still more unemployed. Do I build you a hydroponics? Screw it, I will build you a hydroponics farm. I don't generally do that. But this is also an agricultural world. Mars is not useful. And I could technically turn it into a Ecumenopolis world. You can have as many of these as you want. I think we might do that. I think we'll turn Mars into another Ecumenopolis world, partly just for the hell of it. So that'll be fun. We'll have 2 Ecumenopolis worlds. We'll have Drov over here, which... okay. I just need to save up the minerals, which I actually don't have the ability to stockpile that many minerals. The game wants 20,000. The max I can ever have in my stockpile right now is 17,000. So I'll need to sort that out. Could go ahead and just build these all, because I don't need to technically fill it. Yeah, I don't technically need to fill all the housing. I just need the minerals, which means I'm going to need a stockpile. So who wants to build me a stock or resource silo or 2? You guys get 2. Screw it. And I'll build 1 for you guys as well. And of course this is going to just like skyrocket our Empire sprawl. But we're going to go ahead and just say screw it and do it. This is generally ill-advised, I should note. No. But yeah, like I said, this is generally actually ill-advised to do that, but I just want to speed it up. I'll be honest with you all, I'm a fairly impatient person. That should be more than enough to finish it. Then I just need to figure out a way to get myself 20,000 minerals. But we are just a little over 2 hours and approaching 2.5, so we're going to end this part here. I will see you all next time, where we will, I don't know, explore the L cluster more, finish building our stuff there. I honestly don't know, because we're sort of limited in our expansion now, because we only have 3 people we can technically declare war on. The League of Non-Aligned Powers, aka the Star Axis, who are currently waging a war against both awakened empires and failing miserably. Well, I say failing miserably. The war exhaustion is pretty high on one. It's not that bad on the other. I assume partly because the Restorers, they do not border, so they're not really getting into conflicts with them often. They do, however, border the Arbiters, so they are getting into conflicts with them on the regular. And it's not really working out well for them. Here's a Restorer fleet. 81.4k. What are our fleets? 48 to 50. Yeah. We would basically need to bring all our fleets together just to combat one Awakened Empire fleet. This is why I prefer to fight them when they're fallen, because they're actually quite a bit weaker. But that doesn't work out all the time. This is one of those cases. Because the nearest fallen empire to me woke up. So the next closest is one I can't attack at all. But yeah. So that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will do something. We'll figure it out. Again, we're sort of limited in who we can attack, what we can do. I think maybe we'll just focus on improving our economy, trying to get the Ecumenopolis worlds up so we have the alloys and we can pump out larger fleets. Because that's sort of all we can really do at this point. But until next time, let me go ahead and save, because otherwise I might forget. Which would suck if I did forget. But yeah, so until next time, I'll see you all later. A quick reminder, if you enjoy the content of the channel, easiest and the best way to support it is via Patreon, because the channel is not part of the YouTube Partner Program, so it does not get any money from uploading videos. At least not from any ads that play on any of the videos, which I don't know if YouTube plays ads on my videos or not. But yeah. So again, best way to help support the channel if you enjoy the content is to go become a patron, which you can find a link to down in the description below. But until next time, a goodbye and farewell.